Hello to the amazing people, TheNeomare here, and welcome to another episode of Limbus Company. Make sure to check out the playlist for all the previous episodes. At the end of the last episode, I actually managed to extract to 3 stars with only 10 tries. Happy New Year, I guess. It's the deck extraction ticket we got, so I got the 7 associations, so section 4 Fost and the Kurokoma Clan Vakashu Ryushu. Now, these are not necessarily like really good, powerful, anything like that, but well, I'm very happy to have some new identities that I'm not gonna have to go and dispense for. Speaking of dispenses, like, are we able to grab this one yet? Still not. On the next Walpurgis night we'll be able to, right? Oh, this is the regret. This is the false identity that I'm using a lot, like, as of recently. But this is the regret of somebody else. And then let's see. Season Limbus Pass 1. Okay. Only 2 identities I'm still missing from here. And then the Season 2. We got everything. And then the current season. Yeah, I'll easily be able to grab everything. How insane is that? Well, if you go here though, extract, pass, event, announcer. Where are the E.G.Os? Oh, these are the E.G.Os, right? Anyway, let's continue our story here. So, yeah, we got visited by Indigo last time, so, and we're going to hunt for a whale, and the evil defining the pallid whale. So basically we are now on top of it, on the whale itself, on one of its humps or whatever. This thing is big, this thing is huge. What if it submerges? Well, I don't know, we'll find out. What we thought to be a rock was a porous whale. When its mermaids crawled out of the holes, we defeated them, but this isn't the whale we were looking for, is it? Oh, it's actually not. Okay. What is Ishmael thinking? I could tell from the look on the Heathcliff's face that I wasn't the only one wondering about this. Okay, well, let's continue the story and, well, find out eventually. The reason why I'm not bringing Ishmael to these easy fights is that she starts with very low sanity, so she's prone to losing lots of clashes, which I'm not a huge fan of, so that's that. Yeah, fighting some more mermaids here. So I guess the story will this time come after the fight. Oh, look at that beast. Did you see that? She's an announcer though, that was effective. Let's try to remember what worked. I wonder if when the next boss fight comes. In hindsight, like, I had much more trouble with Ricardo than I should have had. Just shows how much more powerful you are if you bring proper attack types. So it is not really about bringing the rarest things, it's about bringing the right things. Yeah. Don't try to screw in screws with a hammer, people. Sometimes just doesn't work. Well, I guess it's a bad analogy since we are kind of hammering people right now, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Bring the right tool for the right job. Yeah, there we go. Anyhow, we're getting closer to the end of chapter 5. After that, I'll be able to start doing the festivities. And like, I have 20 days left to do the story and the Christmas thing, the holiday season thing, and then RR2. Am I going to make it? More and more I'm starting to think that I'm not gonna make it, but that's okay, that's okay. I suppose those of you who also watch my other videos are happy enough that I have plenty of variety here on the channel, kind of. Some very long playthroughs going through right now. Especially this one, like this one already has so many episodes, over 100. It's a good game, it deserves to be enjoyed in its entirety, with its story and all. And they keep making more, so that's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Ha! There we go. Self-destructive purge, let's go. Purge yourself in self-destruct. Okay, one more, and then we continue the story. There's probably gonna be a dungeon at the end of this, so it's gonna take a little bit longer than expected, but... Right, I get it. I get it now. All of these rocks were actually veils, and I get that mermaids pop out of those pores. But I think it's a loony thing that we're even drawing their ire, huh? We could just gone around them, looking to let off some steam, hankering for a game of whack-a-mole all of a sudden. Is that it? Of course not. This is just the only method I know. You better be ready to explain what you're talking about. Heathcliff, furious, wasn't the only sinner looking at Ishmael with expectant eyes. There were Otis and the other sinners who all looked to her for some answers. Ishmael. And I was too, of course. Ha! I also didn't think I'd actually be doing this. Well, so there's this legend-like tale. Oh, this is gonna be good, isn't it? The legend-like tale. Legend? Each lake of the Great Lake has its own culture, with many wandering and choosing to call those places their homes. So naturally, there are many tales as there are lakes. But there's that one tale of a certain lake that is passed down orally from sailor to sailor, just like the legends of old. The legend of the gloomy grey lake of wafting and rumbling. Sailors sang the legend of that lake, passing it out for years and years. Doom and hey Hugh tie a veiled path to misty seas. Big gloom and let whales draw their pearls in search of pallid hue. Doom shall be thy mispath, heeding the weeping whales. Whatever does that mean? It's simple. Hit the porous whales to wake them, draw out the hunt their mermaids, and the path to the pallid whale should clear of the mist. Do you really believe that? You expect us to just believe that hogwash? Blimey, didn't think I'd ever get to say these words before my deathbed, but... Are you stupid? Huh, listen, what does waking these whales up have anything to do with getting rid of that thick fog? It's got to make even a little bit of sense, no? Heathcliff discusses the correlation between actions and consequences. This truly is a rare experience indeed. Nice. Shut up, smart ass, I'm serious. And you think the law that sends waves after us is... If we don't cross the borders at the exact right moment makes sense? Huh? You think the law that makes us go in circles before reaching our destination, the law that doesn't let us go back the way we came from, makes any sense? I've been telling you this whole time. Come on, senses have no place at the Great Lake. That's just the way this place works, okay? Just have to accept that. Fine, I'll give you that. But they are like the laws of the city, as outlandish as they are. There's still strict laws that can be calculated into those variable coordinates or whatnot. What they're blathering here is some vague old song. Am I supposed to believe something so absurd? Yes, because I've seen it myself. Years ago, when a young, stupid but motivated sailor boarded the ship, she had the most unfortunate opportunity of witnessing this very legend with her own eyes. Because that's how she saw the pallid whale. Heathcliff fell silent, scratching his head. The rest of the sinners also nodded and began whispering. I really don't like you. Took the words right out of my mouth. I don't like any of this, but I know that you're not the kind of lass to lie or tell tales just to get the upper hand in a petty squabble. Fine, let's go all the way to the end. I'll keep whacking those mole-like things with this club. Well, I can also accept your explanation, but from now on, I would appreciate it if you would share your knowledge with us first before doing anything. I'll try. In a way, I'm relieved that we now have a definite path forward. Yeah, well, let's go find our next whale. Yes, Executive Manager. All about it, man. Truly, the ocean mist is splitting as though a blade has hewn it in half. Once we eliminated the mermaids of the last whale, singled out by Ishmael, the fog slowly began to fade. Behind it was a different lake beyond the great sea. Ha, finally. Oh yeah, this will not haunt my dreams, that's for sure. My muscles are quivering with excitement. Got anyone else to scuffle? I'm just getting started. Well, yeah. I guess he likes guns as well, not just clubs. Haha. Right, the pallid whale 2. We waded past the ocean mist and entered the obsidian lake, the lake of legends, as told by Ishmael. Within it was the pallid whale, pale as the midnight moon. So the whale's gonna be the dungeon. Please tell me the whale's gonna be the dungeon. The weather there is quite hostile. Mersault was right. The lake beyond the borders was nigh pitch black. The waves crested tall, rising and crashing wildly under the thundering rainstorm. The wild winds have begun to sway the boat. If Sang's face was starting to grow pale. Oh, he's gonna throw up. I'm starting to wonder if we can really do this. Did we ever let that stop us from trying? Ha, I guess that's true. Alright, heading into the zone. Are there any laws to that lake that we must be mindful of? I don't know the laws of that lake, nor its waves. I remember the way the fog split open. I remember the obsidian sea and the endless tempest. But the rest of it, all I remember is that the captain was excitedly delivering a speech at witnessing the legends come to life, and that we were all busy preparing for the whale hunt. So, what awaits us ahead is a real adventure. We'll be sailing blindly into the night. Then, we'll have to face everything head on. Yes, if the waves came to claim us, we will face them head on. Even the whale. No signs of that whale yet, though. Back then, I attached us mere minutes after we entered the lake. It attacked us. It attacked us mere minutes after we entered the lake. Everyone was as tense as they could ever be, looking around nervously. Wait, what's that? There's something there, something tall. A close approach is recommended. I have source of light to improve our visibility. Mersault got up with a lantern and pointed the light towards where Sinclair indicated. There are several of them. What's that? Hell, put them there. What are they even for? Maybe they're like lighthouses. Lighthouses? Yeah, I kinda see that. Do you remember seeing anything like that, Ishmael? No, I don't even have a hazy recollection of it. I've never seen it before in my... Bam! Ishmael, has the nausea of the swaying sea gotten to you as well? Your face has grown rather pale. I knew that can't be true. A seasick sailor only exists in jokes. Besides, Ishmael was doing just fine mere moments ago. Then, she must have had a sudden realization. I see, so that's what it looked like. Even a small part of it is... Oh, is this a part of the veil? A terrifying realization. What is it? You'll find out soon enough, even if you don't want to. There, a rogue wave ahead. All hands, brace, grab onto what you can. Before we even had the chance to say anything, a leviathan of a wave rose to its crest, then crashed onto us from above, and sucked us deep into the lake before throwing us back to the surface. We were lucky. There was a high chance that the following vortex would have dragged the vessel deep underwater. Lucky you saw what was down there. That was... Everyone okay? Everyone was soaking wet, nearly hyperventilating, but mostly awe-struck by what we just witnessed. We have everyone, but... What we just saw down there they weren't lighthouses, they were... tails of colossal whales. Whoa, okay, I really wanna give up now. I wanna go back to the time when I didn't know what whales really looked like. So this is the lake where the whales come to sleep. Yeah, if they're deep in water with their necks bent like that, I could see their tails rising tall over the surface. But there's no way they miss this commotion. The ship is... we're keeling over! The whales are waking up. We're finally here. I think that's what Ishmael whispered, but the storm, the waves buried her voice deep into the lake. If the Indigo Elder made it here as we planned... Whoa! Over yonder, is that a whale? We didn't have to wonder even for a second about what Don Quixote was screaming at. An entire herd of entities, each dwarfing every single whale we've weathered through this journey, emerged from the waters all at once. In unison, they began migrating in a singular direction. To witness something like that was enough to make even Mersault gape with plain bewilderment. Looks like the things are going according to plan. Yeah, they are. Is it a good plan though? I don't know. Then we'll have to do our part. Ah, there. There was a whale that stood out even among the herd of infably immense whales. There it is, the pale whale. The pallid whale. Pallid as the pale that, its hide thick with scar tissue. That one's particularly scarred. I found it. Yes, he was right. The wounds, the scars that the Picot made, they're still there. I assume that you finally located the whale. I believe so, yes. As always, the chance of success must be minuscule. Indeed, it is. Horseman! Ishmael thundered. Ishmael, no louder than the thunder itself, as though her personality itself had suddenly shifted. Her voice seemed to overwhelm the very storm itself. Answers, you dogs, horseman! Huh? Aye. Set true to that pally thing, full speed ahead, row! Is he channeling her inner peacoat captain? Could be. Full speed ahead, row! Even Otis was swept up in this sudden turn of events, repeating after Ishmael's bellowing commands. Is this what Ishmael was like when she sailed the lakes, or... or is this the captain? Oh yeah, I had a feeling this might be the captain. I see light. It's the Indigo Elder. The old man and his skiff was sliding across the waters towards the whale. Listen well. The rest of the awakened whales have gone after the bait I've laid for them. Then the plan worked now. I wasn't clear whether it was thunder or the old man's bellow that awakened the pallid whale. Its eyelids began to lift. So yeah, its eye is already bigger than our, like, us. Oh my gosh. It's been so long since I witnessed anything like this up close. It was an eye of astronomical proportions, so immense that it no longer resembled an eye, but a reflective mirror of the world. Oh, how I wish to see you eye to eye. The old man, harpoon in hand, draws closer to the whale with a grim, stony expression. Ishmael also aims her harpoon at the great whale, her face nearly tearing with uncontainable joy. Some sinners tremble with fear while others prepare themselves. All of it, the world, contained in a single reflective eye that stretched even beyond our peripheral versions. Now, here's your bait, Wish. Bite on it. I know you have no other choice, biting, devouring all you've ever known. Horseman, split the sea with your oars! I respect you, pallid whale. Respect that you have lived years in numbers that I cannot even begin to imagine. I respect that you hail from a place beyond my ken. But I will take this chance to stand before you, to challenge you, and with this challenge, to the edge of understanding I will row. The giant harpoon soars across the black sky like a bolt of levin and strikes the pallid whale. Now is our chance. Row on, row on. Ishmael rows tall and alone. I think this will end up very anticlimactically with us getting super defeated, but let's see what happens. Looking straight out beyond the speeding boat, swaying bow, harpoon in her hand. I've been thinking ever since then about what feelings you might dig up from my heart if I saw you again. But this feeling is much more straightforward than I expected. Nice meeting you again, you effing whale. Compared to the old man harpoon, the harpoon Ishmael hurled was like a needle. But once struck as though its body was racked by an immense unbearable pain, the pallid whale's maw opened, and the air itself began to vibrate. Its maw opens! Go, I will now fish this beast. Every sinner heard of the old man's voice. Every sinner began rowing with all their might. In desperation, as though that itself was in our pursuit. As though it was our fate, our destiny to row. We were sucked into an endless abyss, and a rapid vortex pulled us into the maws of the beast, tenebrous as well under a moonless sky. There was a deep noise, and like a droplet in sea, we melted into the fathomless dark. Acknowledge, acknowledge. How goes the plan? Acknowledge. Hey, looks like the radio's broken for good. Sharon. Worrying. So we should be inside the whale now? And now the dungeon starts, I assume? Yep, into the dark. Suppress the dungeon boss. Well, I'm gonna start it. Oh, okay, so we choose here who do we bring with. Actually gonna bring this one. There we go. Bring this DHC. Let's bring Sinclair, this one. Okay, here. I don't know actually. Let's bring the level 41, right? That. Okay, I'm gonna bring this one. There we go. And these two, of course. Should I bring the one who grips on Lobotomy? Let's bring Regret. You think? Okay, there we go. This will be our team. Well, wish me luck. It is said that Kukek's ropes, twisted by her powerful grip and her esoteric techniques, are tougher than any of other rope in the world. Quickwhack told me not to leave her alone in the cold, dark lake. That she didn't want the whales and mermaids to tear her apart and devour her when her corpse sinks deep into its waters. I agreed. The wounds on her skin that only I knew of, the memories of her pain. I didn't want those monsters to heartlessly rip into them, to gorge themselves with her scarred flesh. So, Quickwhack built herself a coffin. Built hardily and fastened with thin ropes, twisted and knotted with all her strength, so that her coffin would not sink, no matter how precariously the ship swayed. I wonder, is she gonna be inside the whale? Probably. That's gonna be the dungeon boss, right? My hands gripping onto that very same rope tied to the coffin were starting to peel and bleed. And my dearest friend's hollow coffin was the only thing keeping me afloat on that whirling lake. Is there anyone out there? Anyone? In that empty lake stranded amidst the picot desolation, I called out from the top of my lungs. Please, anyone, say something, anything. When I realized that everyone I ever had any ties to had, in the blink of an eye, been taken from this world, my gasping, wheezing self barely holding on to life seemed. Come aboard my ship and sail with me to the cold abyss of the lake. Another villain? Probably. Not even I, drowning yet breathing, could escape Captain Ahab. Captain Ahab. So that's the dude from the Moby Dick, the one who was obsessed about hunting the white whale in the Moby Dick book. Even in this deafening silence, Ahab's echoing bellows strangle me. So yeah, Ahab is the bad guy. Okay. Even in that, my mates remain trapped with the captain. In joy and in sorrow, I'll never forget the strands that were ripped away from me. I'll be buried in this lake forever to my last gasping breath. Try as I might to escape the rising waters, only loneliness fills my lungs. So we're inside the whale. Disgusting. Always told you I did. Rope, grab tight or sink. You, how long have you been here? Always been here. So in the book, Ahab is a male, I think. In this game, it's probably gonna be a female. E.G.O gift get. News. Ishmael's level rises to 40. Ishmael's uptie and threat-spin tiers rise to tier 4. Ishmael gains compulsion at the start of every encounter. Starts encounter with minus 25 SP. At less than 0 SP at turn start, gain 3 attack power up. Okay, so that's the same thing we had even before this. So here we are. The new dungeon. We are in the Vale Guts. Just great. Just great. It's been a while since I played a dungeon. Yeah. So mirror dungeons are different than normal dungeons. Oh well, let's go. The first thing I noticed upon waking up was the unpleasant sensation of this place. I tried to recall what Ishmael's plan was. This place is... ... So this one has to come with us, that's fine. Definitely gonna bring Faust. There. Should we bring the one who shall grip? No, let's save it for hard fights. And Yithang, there we go. Resource wise, would be good to bring a little bit more light blue. She has plenty, right? Okay, yeah, that's gonna be the team. Yeah, sorry, Yithang, You're just not gloomy enough for me right now. So in this kind of dungeons, usually your resources get saved for the final fight. We'll see if that's gonna be the case still. The immediate sensation upon waking up was that it was moist and cold, yet only warm in some places. Where are we? There's this long river-like thing. If you follow it, maybe there will be something at the end of it? Honglu, how can you always be so calm about everything? Is he? I think that's just how that fella is with pretty much everything. No, that's not what I mean, where do you guys think this is? I'm well aware. We rode into the mouth of the beast of our own volition. Not long ago. Okay. I'm proposing that we enter the stomach of the whale that devoured the golden bow. You are mad! All the trashings finally sent you off the deep ascent. I'm just going there for my mission, and the golden bow just happens to be in the way. I'll leave it up to you, well, to the manager, since their decision matters the most. This company, me, we are both just trying to find a way to reach our goals, that's all this is. Besides, does anyone have a better idea? If that thing swallowed the golden bow, and if that golden bow really counteracts that damn pallid whale's palidification effects, then we just might be able to survive without getting affected by it. That's a gamble issue. There's just... Yeah, you should know. It's one of your favorite things. There we go. Yeah, Rodian likes to gamble. That was a very low blow. What do you think, manager? Ishmael looked at me with expectant eyes, as though she knew I had no choice but to agree to this plan. Her eyes were telling me, you came this far for the golden bow. You're not going to back empty-handed now, are you? 6 hours. If I don't hear anything from you in 6 hours, LCA will be taking over the rest of this mission. Okay, LCA takes over the mission, then what? Well, if they hear the very unfortunate news that all of you decided to row into the whale's belly and got yourself trapped, they'll be having a long internal discussion about how they could blow that pallid whale apart. Then a very lengthy battle will ensue. Okay, so let me get this straight. If you fail to find the golden bow stuck somewhere inside the whale's stomach in 6 hours, you won't hesitate blowing us up to smithereens along with the whale. Did I get that right? I will not relay that comment. Faust, what do you think of our odds? Our odds are non-zero, but it may as well be nil. At least with the currently known variables. So we have a chance. Do you have any other ideas that might get us the golden bow? No, not at this moment. What I can tell you, however, is that we have a history of dramatically completing missions with a veritably low chance of success. That's true. That's true. Okay then, let's get this done. Indeed, the lack of plan becomes the plan itself. This solidifies the veracity of my new theory even further. Luckily, we didn't lose any sinners on the way down. All 12 of them made it down here, just as we planned. But, guys, where's the boat? The boat was nowhere to be seen. Well, awkward, isn't it? We get attacked by a pallid blue mermaid and a pallid white mermaid. So interesting thing about all of this, we can probably farm lots of resources if we just defend. I kind of don't want to do it. I want to see if I can do it like with just resources we naturally get along the way. But I don't know. Surely with my very strong group of people I can do it either way, right? Especially now that I made sure that we have... That was a very fast fight. A long river too. We voluntarily entered the pallid whale's mouth in search of a boat. Luckily, all 12 still made it down here without getting lost. But where's our boat? Yeah, well, I don't know. Where is our boat? Do we even need a boat? I don't know. Men, we will commence a search. This boat must be found as soon as possible. No, there is no need for a search. 400 meters to your right. There's The boat. Quite observant you are. Let's not waste any time and turn to the boat. Allow me to finish. There is the boat in a ditch. 75% of its hull integrity has been breached and its remains are scattered on the ground. Whoa, so this was a piece of our boat, huh? That vessel was designed to be used more than 3 times. Honglu was pointing out the pitiful sight of an absolutely busted looking pieces of the propeller. Well, to be exact, busted pieces of the propeller and what appeared to have once been our boat's engines. Something comes to a sputtering halt amidst the wreckage. Thus it rests here forevermore. This would have been quite a painful sight for Mika and Rain. This is a pretty painful sight for us too, yeah. So, what do we... Manager, you can still sense the golden bow, right? Yeah, unlike at the Lobotomy core branch, I can definitely feel that it's somewhere in here. But it's also pretty far away, so I can't tell where it exactly. Great, are you ready to turn the clock? What's that about turning the clock? Oh, the Veil's pallor had taken over their bodies and minds. Of course, it only makes sense that this place is crawling with mermaids. Now, we already had one fight, so what are we surprised about? So basically, we retain the resources we got in last fight. Nah, just go. I'm actually considering getting a little bit of resources going, but I'm really not expecting this dungeon to be that hard. Famous last words. So technically what we could be doing is this, right? Just defend. So the enemies would survive for longer and we will get some nice resources in the process. But, like I already said, I probably don't need it. And I guess we can, like, if I get stuck before the last final boss fight, I can probably just do this just before the boss fight, right? So look at our resources. Look at how absolutely beautiful they are. Goes relatively fast as well. I mean, we are killing them because some of our people do have, like, counterattacks, right? I wonder if they, like, foreseen this and didn't even care. Oh, I need to check if I have my Fluid Zac equipped. Oh, if I don't have... Oh, no. Oh, no. That might be a problem. I surely have it, right? Okay, I'll check. That's the only one I really care about. Okay, okay, I do have it. Okay. Look at these wonderful resources. Unopposed dominating. Okay, time to wrap this up. Yeah, let's... I can always farm it later if I feel like I need it, right? Yeah. Besides, if we dally for too long, then we might get, like, hit, somebody get killed. Or we're gonna have to use our resources to actually, like, heal up and stuff like that. I wonder if sanity will be resetting during this dungeon. Usually resets right on checkpoints. Yeah, let's bounce before more of those mermaids show up. Bounce where? We're trapped inside a veil. Well, it's a big veil. Are we gonna end up like them too? You know, we've been devoured. The golden bow inside Dan's head is likely counteracting the palidification effects of the sinners' bodies. But there is no guarantee that this defensive effect would last forever. We must take into account that we are in an unknown environment. In other words, spending too long here would turn us into mermaids just like them. It wasn't sure if I could bring back a scenery that's turned into a mermaid. But where do we even go? I don't even have the slightest idea as to where we might be. Weird, I didn't know it could rain inside the whale's belly. It was still unsure where to go, as much so that I was starting to feel completely lost, when Honglu suddenly blurted something about rain. What are you talking about? Oh, it's just that I feel droplets of water on my shoulder. Wait, so this is the first place we landed on after the whale swallowed us whole? In it. Right. Sorry, I just sometimes need someone to confirm my common senses. Yeah, we are in its belly. We have to get out before we get, what do you say it? Not consumed, digested. When you eat something, where does it usually land first? My stomach, of course, my poor starving stomach. I see your point, Heathcliff. The stomach constantly secretes acid in order to digest the food effectively. Yeah, I think I learned about it in school. It usually is some kind of powerful acid that dissolves everything it touches. Oh, so that's why my clothes melted where the water touched. Feels a bit prickly too. Dude, we are in serious trouble. I stared at Honglu's shoulder. Something had burrowed a hole there, and the surrounding skin was sizzling and melting away. Are we fated to become porridge so soon after our arrival? There is one positive discovery, however. The creature appears to share similar biological mechanisms and shapes as an ordinary organic life form. Everyone, we gotta run. I don't care how many pieces of you there are left, just make sure that there's something left for me to bring back. Yeah, let's get somewhere else to some more friendly organs, shall we? Whale guts. Okay. Well, I'm gonna make a cut here. Hopefully enjoyed the episode. Make sure to come back for, well, some more Whale Exploration 101. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And have a wonderful day. Do some nice things. Be kind to each other. And let's make the world a better place together. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode of Limbus Company. TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.